Testing, testing, testing. Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Children of Morta. Now, normally I would start by looking around the house to see what's going on, and we can do that. We can see some of the animals are out and about, but I'll be brief with that this time because, as you can see, all the family members are gathered by the fireplace around Grandma Margaret, who seems like she has something to say. So let's see what this cutscene is about. Make sure I have the right thing selected. Okay.
Old tales and amusing stories. The Bergsons well knew that even in the darkest of hours, they would lighten a heavy heart. And furthermore, maybe those heroes of old could teach something of their ways to the heroes of now, while they listen to the trove of Grandma Margaret's stories.
Well, that was nice. And that's an example of what I mentioned a few episodes ago about these little touches that make the game more immersive for me. Like, you know, instead of that, the writers could have put in something grand about the plot, but instead it's just a grandmother telling stories to the family, and they're listening around the fireplace. And that's all. And that's all you need, really. Because that's a thing that, you know, families might sometimes do. And that comes through really strongly in this game. The family dynamic. Now, I did say in this game, in this episode, we would take another stab at the Lost Trenches. So let's do that. I did also say we would be going with John again. I mean, we do have to play with him regardless, because we need to unlock all of his family traits, which means even if I wanted to just never play him ever again, we do need to at least level him up.
Finding the herbalist was the most pressing matter. The healing herb needed to be taken to Mary as soon as possible.
Alright, gotta remember how he works. Left button will slow him down, but also give him his shield. And alright. One thing the shield is really useful for is fighting these guys. One thing that's unfortunate is that attacking enemies with your shield up will also drain your stamina. And that's one thing that makes John a bit harder to play, because the shield just doesn't feel like it does very much. It can block maybe a few seconds worth of damage, a couple seconds before it gets used up, and then you are vulnerable again. And even against these enemies, where it's at its most effective, even against them, it goes down pretty quickly. Actually, Linda would be the strongest here as a solo character. Fortunately, the same logic that we found with Kevin still holds, is that if you get close to ranged enemies and you stun lock them, they shouldn't be able to hit you with their ranged attack. Now we've got an interesting relic. This will do a bunch of damage in a burst, and then it'll do a bit of damage over time as well. So it's a really, really cool thing to find. Okay, this is, I think shield is pretty useful against these guys as well. Just to make sure you don't get hit by their really annoying dash. You should be gaining another level fairly soon. What's going on inside here? Do I want to go here?
The further their quest proceeded, the more dangers there were to face.
Oh boy.
Even the dead had no claim to peace anymore.
Oh boy. Okay. See how quickly the stamina runs out. Even as a defensive option, it doesn't do very much. Which is why, as I mentioned earlier, it really feels like this is the kind of character that was designed to be the tank in a co-op game, while someone else does the damage.
In the center, an object touched by the gods.
Alright, we get another new item. Now this guy, as it says, will stun enemies. I would rather have one of the ones that do damage, because stunning is all well and good, and it does help you out, but DPS is what I like. And this, I believe, is a health shrine, which I will be saving for the very end of this floor, because I think it gives you a full heal regardless of how low your health is. Oh, we don't have any gemstones, really? Really? We found no gemstones the entire floor? That is... that is outrageous. I mean, there might be, you know, things on the ground that we didn't interact with that could maybe give us something. There's these pots that have given us a trivial amount of extra gold. Maybe... okay, these enemies might do something for us. Okay, we took some damage, that's okay. Yeah, it looks like a very short first level. And we have no way of opening up this chest. Which is... ooh. It's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a champion just come up out of the ground like that. You know, I've seen regular enemies do that, but never a champion. Or maybe it happened so rarely that I'd forgotten the last time it happened. But guess what? That guy did give us the one gemstone we needed to open this chest. So it all worked out in the end, and what do we get? Corpses have less chance to get corrupted and spawn enemies. I mean, that sounds like a good thing. So... I guess, although I think enemies that spawn from corrupted corpses do give you experience. So maybe I won't use it. Maybe I'll just hold on to it for the codex entry. Alright. Yeah, let's just continue. We are now in the second floor out of 3. The first part had only two floors. This part, unlike the Silk Caverns, has 3. Alright. I feel pretty good about this build because we found a good relic that does damage and is helping us clear enemies out. Even our little stunning companion is doing some good work. And he might not be doing damage like I would want him to, but he is, I was gonna say, saving us from getting damaged. I say that as I took a bunch of damage from these club-wielding brutes. But I think we should be fine. And John's Guardian Rage is ready to go. We can use it by hitting left trigger, and I'll use it the next time we find and I was gonna say an elite to fight, but apparently there were spikes on the floor. Oh, that was a badly mistimed fire blast. And you know that little symbol appears over the heads of enemies when they're stunned by our little friend. So that's one thing I'm watching for, and when I see that symbol, I will try and take those enemies down. Alright. Alright. Taking annoying chip damage from these archers. I have to remember that we have a vial of rage fluid on the ground, so we can get some of our rage back if we do end up using our special. Come on, hit these archers. Alright. Okay. Let's take you down. Alright, alright. We're in good shape. What do we get?
There could not have been a more perfect description of this root than its name. Cave web. Rather bland to the taste, still edible, and full of nutrients.
Alright. Sounds delicious. What do I want to do? Thorns damage. I think I want to... Yeah, I want to save my point for the next level, so that I can get Guardian Rage for 2 seconds longer. 2 seconds might not sound like a lot, but for...
They exhaled softly, a blessing from the gods.
Yeah, 2 seconds might not sound like a lot, but when you're essentially in God mode, you know, 8 seconds instead of 6 makes a huge difference. It's like a 33% increase. What do we get? I think we already had this one and it didn't work out too well for us. Yeah. It always freaks me out. Because I keep thinking that it's something an enemy is doing. Alright, we have nothing inside that chest. Nothing from that corpse. Let's just continue. Alright. Oh, I was gonna do this, and I'm using my Guardian Rage. We are now invincible briefly until it runs out, and it just ran out, so I'm gonna move back. We've taken a lot of damage. I hate these archers so much. Alright, we need to... we need to tighten up our technique, because we've taken a lot of unnecessary damage. Okay. And I don't think we'll be able to get another level up easily. So we can't count on that as a way of healing ourselves. I will use this one gem to open up this chest, however. While we still have the gold bonus active. The Morve bonus. That was I think a well-timed blast. Oh, we get another gem. Alright. Alright. What do we... What do we find on the right? Before I go to the right, I am gonna collect this vial of rage. Rage serum, whatever it's called. And it only gave us a tiny amount. Which is fair. The Guardian Rage is a very strong ability. If it completely filled it, that would be a bit OP. But maybe it should give a little bit more than that. Alright. 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 Alright, let's... Alright, I'm a bit quiet because I am concentrating hard. What's going on here? Grandma Margaret again.
Wherever there was a secret, knowledge was to be gained in reward. And wherever there was a reward, danger lurked. The cipher was important enough that it brought Grandma here. Here's to being lucky, Grandma exclaimed with her unique sense of humor.
Alright, so we have unlocked another upgrade from the Book of Rhea that we can choose to spend our Morve on. Okay. This guy, I'm gonna fully abuse the fact that we can't get through and take him down that way. Temporary invulnerability sounds great, if I'm being honest. I will be saving that for the boss. And you know what? Yeah, let's take this and go into that room. To the left. That's probably the exit. And if it is, then I guess we'll just be taking this to the next floor. What is this?
The poor herbalist had no valuables, but the goblin's greed had now surpassed gold and jewels. Shedding tears for the dead man would serve no one now. The herbs needed to be delivered to Mary.
I guess Grandma Margaret's gonna do it by herself. She doesn't trust John to be able to finish this dungeon, and you know what? I don't blame her. Okay, what could we have bought had we come here with... we could have gotten Rebirth. That's okay. We don't need extra lives, right? Right? I mean, we might be able to finish this dungeon. Depends on how much health we have when we go into the final boss fight. Now, the question is, should I spend money on health right now? Or should I bet on us finding health on the next floor? I'm gonna bet on us finding health on the next floor. We could also get something really good in a chest. One of those gem chests. Oh boy. What does this do? Increased movement speed and dodge chance at the cost of losing the ability to evade. I mean, maybe I should do that, but I don't want John to lose his one and only evade. I think that would be a bit too steep of a price. And our companion there stopped that guy just in time, because he was about to hit us. Alright. We got a little bit of health. Okay. Alright, I'm being pretty careful, because I don't want to take damage. Oh, I don't want to take damage without good cause. If the enemies genuinely surround me or outsmart me, that, you know, I'm okay with, but I don't want any unforced errors, to borrow a sporting term. Oh, a whole bunch of these guys. Alright. Doing better. My reflexes and my muscle memory have come back considerably. The first few times I played with John, it was pretty hopeless. But now I am slowly getting my confidence back. Alright. Oh no, there were two of you? Ah, at least we got some health. I think that's the only attack they have. So you can bash them to your heart's content. A vortex that pulls enemies in, I think, well, I'll take it for the codex entry, and I'll show you what it does, but I will be coming back to get the other one, because I do want something that that gives us more damage. So this one will hold enemies in place. I'm trying to... like that. And it worked out pretty well for us there, so maybe I should even think about keeping it. I thought I dodged that hit from this guy. Again, it was one of those that's so slow that it's hard to get a sense of exactly when you're safe. Okay, okay. Alright. Oh no, I need to not get greedy. I need to wait for my guy to on all the health that I had painstakingly built up has gone so quickly. I don't even have a good explanation, other than the fact that it's John. He attacks so slow, his defensive ability runs out so fast, and he has only one dash. Like, this is the true hard mode of the game. Forget, you know, like, easy hard in the settings. it's all about which character you play, and this guy, one of the hardest, just by virtue of the kind of gameplay you're forced into, coupled with the kinds of enemies you have to take down with those tools, those very limited tools. Oh, are you serious? Just did a drive-by on us. Okay. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get this thing. And I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna assume that we're not gonna beat the boss. I mean, why would we? Look at how much health we have. But I will be saving my Guardian Spirit for the boss. Just on the off chance that we can pull off something special. But I'm pretty sure that we would get killed in a single hit. And I also know a little bit about what this fight is gonna be, so it's another thing that doesn't give me a lot of confidence in being able to beat it. Alright. I'm just gonna keep my distance. Alright. Oh, that gave us some health. I'm gonna leave that health on the ground. I don't think we'll be able to level up, though. We only get one little bit of health. I'm not even gonna take that gold for fear that I will accidentally pick up the health. Why am I leaving the health on the ground? Well, it's because if I do take a hit, I hope to naturally regenerate to this amount of health, to 35 health. And if I took that health and then got hit, I would be losing out on some going into the boss fight. I'm just trying to be optimal, although no doubt it's gonna make no difference because we're gonna get killed anyway. Because it's John, and because I suck with John. Ooh, fortunately, there were no spike traps connected to that thing pulling us. Alright. Alright, just more health, please. Would be great. Money is fine, too. What is this?
Adam writes about how he and the gang found more than they set out to find.
Another journal about the caves. Oh boy. Yeah, that's pretty dark. Talking about finding a bunch of dead people apparently with a dark substance oozing from them. Yeah, I would be pretty freaked out if I saw something like that. Alright, what's going on here is a bunch of enemies spawned. We took them down. Alright. Alright, let's concentrate. Maybe if we're lucky, we can get an extra level. Maybe if we're lucky, we can get a gemstone to open that chest. Maybe if we're lucky, we can get healing from the pots.
Grandma arrived in time to reveal the contents of the tablet. The secrets of Rhea are in the hearts of the stones, and for those whose weapons guard the creatures of the wild. There are new arts of war to be learned.
Alright. Ah, we've unlocked runes. Okay. So, runes are things that, well, they modify your abilities, and they get consumed over time. This one modifies our Heaven's Strike to give it a larger damage radius. Or each thing, each, I guess, like, I don't know what they're called, spear that falls down from above will now hit a larger area. So that's pretty useful. There are some really awesome ones that you can get later on. Alright, I do not want to get hit by this guy because we've... Wow! Wow, I got frozen, but my melee companion froze him right in the nick of time. Whoa! This time, I dodged right in the nick of time. Wow, we did get a gemstone. Do I want increased damage for decreased movement speed? I don't know. I will open this though. We only got money. That's fine. It might make sense to... It might make sense to... oh boy. Why did you... That's one reason I don't like playing... Or why I don't like having to do with a controller things that require a lot of precision in terms of which direction you're doing them in. This is one of those cases where had I been doing this with a mouse and keyboard, I would never miss. Oh boy. But because it's a controller, sometimes it'll just launch your attack just to the side of the enemy and you be left frustrated while you're waiting for the cooldown to, you know, end. Oh, I feel like I dodged that attack. I'm gonna level with you. Fortunately, we, oh boy, this is an awkward predicament because, oh no, did that replace our... Did that replace our other rune? I think it did. No, no, no. If we could... This one has ruined Heaven Strike because it no longer seeks enemies, but it only falls around you. Oh my god. I hope our actual rune is still there somewhere. Because this is awful. Oh no. What have I done? Oh boy, okay. Fortunately, we seem to be finding some health on the ground from killing enemies. And maybe, just maybe, this has given us a chance to do something against the boss. So I'm gonna take this health. I'm going to take this health, and as I feared, our rune is gone. So what I'm going to do is, I am just going to waste this one we have right now, until it's all gone. Because I think it's going to hurt us, rather than help us against the boss. Because I want my Heaven's Strike to be able to hit enemies that are far away. Alright. I think it's gone now, yep. Okay. Whew, okay. Okay. Now we have a boss fight coming up. Before that we have... this guy again. Anything, in these pots. Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's just keep on smashing pottery, because we like to do that. We hate pots and want to break any and every pot we come across, no matter who owns them. And having smashed all those pots, frustratingly close to another level, the only choice we have is to go on towards the boss fight. This could be really bad. Let's just smash these pots, hoping for more healing. What do we get? What does this do? Primary attack deals fire damage. Now that is unambiguously good. So my strategy for this boss fight is going to be this. I'm going to fight normally, and if I feel like I'm about to die, which, you know, it's probably going to happen at some point, at that point I'll use my Guardian Rage. And maybe that's going to be enough to get us over the line. Will it work? Let's find out.
The creature that now threatened the hero was a crudely focused inferno of hatred and malice.
Oh, not a good start. Oh, and it seems that he's doing damage just by passing near us, which I don't like. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna keep my distance as much as I can. Alright, I think I'm at least getting a feel for... Okay, that was a horrible Heaven Strike. Alright. Alright. This is a battle of attrition. Oh, that was horrible. I took my eye off him and I paid the price.
One raging beast was not enough. Surely...
Yeah, this is why I said beforehand that I didn't have a lot of confidence in this boss fight. It's because I knew that this would happen. So I'm gonna just use my Guardian Rage. Just do as much damage. And one of them is down. Uh-oh, uh-oh. We just want to make sure that we don't get tagged by his leap attack. Oh, no, 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 no. It seems he might even be immune to... No, he's not immune to the stun. It's just that... it doesn't always seem to affect him? I'm not sure what his deal is anyway. We're so close. Alright. Alright. We might be able to do it. Yes! We did it.
Final rasping breath.
Oh my god.
The second beast became motionless.
I'm not gonna
Poor
lie.
creatures twisted by the corruption were finally able to rest.
I'm not gonna lie, that felt really good. I was not expecting to win. I was fully expecting to die and, you know, coming back and doing this properly as Linda. But I think both John and I have redeemed ourselves a little bit in this run. It, well, I mean, I'm talking as though it's about to end, but before it ends, we have some...
A path to be cleared of the corruption, and the jewel of life to be restored, the realm of Anea Dia, mother of beasts, and the goddess of waters. Before embarking for the spirit house, family must be informed of the newly opened passage.
Alright, so I think we're gonna see another few cutscenes in quick succession here. Probably one for Mark. Definitely one for advancing the story. And maybe a couple more. So at the beginning of the game, you do get some advancement just for doing runs, even if you're not necessarily clearing them. So let's just see what we see now.
The goblin siblings lay dead, and the pilgrims were now safer in their caves. But the last step remained to be taken. The warriors knew only that somewhere in the expanse of the caves was the ancient halls of the spirit who would reveal new truths to them. Mark was out of the woods now. His fever gone, he was almost up and about. "Welcome back, brother," said Kevin. He had avoided conflict over the years, living in harmony with nature. But as Uncle Ben was fond of saying, a Bergson would forget how to walk before they forget how to fight.
Alright, so a bunch of things happened. We got some...
It seemed like Kevin and Lucy discovered the animal pen that Uncle Ben had constructed sooner than they were supposed to. This new level of cooperation between animals of the wild and the Bergsons would surely please Rhea.
Alright, so a few things happened. We finally have access to the animal shelter, which is a cool little addition that was added in the Paws and Claws update, which I believe it was $5, however much it was. The goal was to raise money for animal welfare, and I think they raised a bunch of money from that. And what we're being told right now is that new currency items are going to become available in the game that we can give to different animals, and based on which animal we give them to, we will get different bonuses. So for now, we are giving a treat, a normal treat, to Hashmal the kitten, and for that we've gotten a slight bonus to our critical chance. There are other animals. We see Tala the fish, we see Faramars the deer, and my preference is to just give all the treats to the deer, because I want to get experience as quickly as I can to level up faster. But, you know, you can do different things based on what your preference is and what your playstyle is. And before I go, I'm actually going to look at this cutscene as well, because I have noticed sometimes cutscenes change after I exit and then come back, so I don't want this one to disappear. Let's just quickly look at this.
Whenever he could find time, Mark was reading about herbs and salves, his interest in medicine, inherited from his grandmother.
Alright, so we've learned a little bit about Mark, and as you saw when he was practicing over here, he is a martial arts oriented character, and if indeed he has been unlocked as I suspect, we are probably going to be going in with him for the next run. For now, I'm just going to go to Ben's workshop and I'm going to spend some money. I will raise damage. And with the money I have left, all I can do is either improve crit chance or dodge chance. I'd rather have more of a crit chance. I guess I can also get some dodge chance with the leftover money. Alright. Oh, we also unlocked more upgrades in the Book of Rhea. Maybe I should have looked at these first. We could have increased the amount of morve that drops from enemies. In fact, yeah, probably should have. We'll get that next time. It's no big deal. Let's also look at our messages. It's telling us about the bonus we're getting and the fact that the shelter is unlocked. And Mark is indeed available. We get other stuff. I think this stuff was unlocked from the runs that we did. Okay. Now let's just take a quick look around. We see Grandma Margaret staring out. We see Linda in her room. Uncle Ben in his workshop. John reading a book by the fireplace. Mary is still working on something in the kitchen, it seems. Kevin and Lucy, we finally learned her name, are in the animal shelter. And we see some animals just roaming around outside, just having fun. We see a rather ostentatious tail on this peacock. You know, just hanging out in front of the house, doing his own thing. And seems to have some deer around as well. Well, that's pretty cool. Like, I would be okay living in a place with animals like these around. I would be just fine with that. Anyway, I think that is going to be all for this video. Hope you had a good time. We actually did well. We, against my expectations, beat the second part of the Caldipo Caves with John. And next time, we're going to be seeing another new family member, Mark. So, I hope to see you then. So, take care.